If you've been watching any of the videos I've been putting up, well done. Because YouTube does his hardest to stop anyone from watching anything I do. But anyway, we could go on about that forever, and I probably will, because it's a pain in the ass. But on my record setting times, going up the mountain. Something moved then, I didn't like the look at that. Hold on. On my record setting times, going up the mountains, I've been noticing that I've been using, instead of one finger, I've been using my whole goddamn fist to try and stop the bike, and it's not been stopping. So I'll get a visual on the pads because I knew they were getting low, and any second now we're going to see exactly how low they are. I actually put a meme up on the internet saying when your pads are so low that you've got to take a photograph of them and zoom in on the photograph so you can see what you're doing. Right, basically they're not actually down and out yet because I can still see the dirt grooves. They're there and there. They're as good as shot, so especially with what I do. So start by, well actually what you could do is wash the bike first. That's always a good thing, because these pistons here are quite mucky. What I'm going to do is reach over here out of sight. I'm going to get my chain lube, which is just basically generic kind of WD-40 stuff, but like a lubricant. Right, I've lubricated the pistons because as I push them back in now, like whoops, like this, it's going to actually just help to remove all the dirt off of them using the seals. So I'm going to slip slide and make a right mess of it as I do it, but that's what I'm doing. You could do this with the caliper on, but we're doing it like this. Right, now then, I am going to put one bolt back in there like that so that I can release the retaining pin. Like that, because that little boy was quite tight. Right, he's out, so bolt back out. You can all play this game at home, obviously. Pull your pin out, your pads then fall out. Okay, yeah, they're shot. Now this illustrates a good example of why you should not put a screwdriver in there under normal inspections, yeah, and force your pads back with a screwdriver. Look at the damage I've done. But obviously these are going in the bin because they are shitting. So get rid of them. Let's have a quick wipe. Now don't overlook this part of the job, because it's very important, especially on bikes that are getting used regularly in the dirt. Just give that lot a little wipe over. You got your anti-rattle shim tucked up there in the top. Pushes tight in the hole. You've also got one right up in there. So under normal circumstances they won't fall off, but what you want to be what you want to be doing, and here's a good example because it's seized, is you want to be taking your sliding caliper off. Oh god, he's messed up. This is why I'm using 3 fingers to stop. I'll tell you what, because he's so bad, because he's so bad, I'm going to put the bolts back in. Because he's really tight. Right. Oh. You don't want to leave it on your brake pipe, actually. That's not a good look. Oh, I have actually got a seized up caliper here. There he goes. There he goes. So I'm just levering between the piston here and the mounting plate. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying not to bend brake pipes and shit, but I am being a bit clumsy doing it. Don't go in there. Go back there again. You need to kind of rock it around a bit just to keep it level as it comes off. That's touching on the brake pipe there, isn't it? It's going to be a long video, isn't it, really? Shall I just let it run? I only get like 4 views anyway, so... I mean, you can go and put a kettle on or something while I'm trying to do this. Let's get that in there. I should really switch to a bigger annoying device, really. I can't be asked to get up and walk it over there, so that's moving my brake pipe, that is. Oh, I'll address that in a minute. Hang on. So yeah, as I was saying, slide that off like that. And I'm always harping on about these pins and how it's important to keep them clean and keep them lubricated, and there you go. That's why, because I'm doing mine regularly, and look at it already. These things are just a magnet for sucking up corrosion and crap and turning it into non-moving items. I'm a little bit, yeah, I'm a little bit oily as well, because my fork seal gave out the other day, which is why I didn't replace the pads earlier. Not much point with a leaking fork seal. So we don't have the luxury of carburetor cleaner and things like that here. And we're going to turn that like that, I think. And you do actually want some carb cleaner and other associated things. We haven't got it, so we're just going to use lubricant. And I'll take that seal out of there. Oh, that seal's buggered. Right, that can go in there. I was going to bring a cotton bud over, actually. Do it with a cotton bud. Not bad in there. It was stuck though, you saw how stuck it was. Oh. Let's get that right up in there. All the way, baby. Oops. Right. Something slightly smaller would be nice, wouldn't it, really? What have I got down here? A brake anchor pin. That'll do. Get it all the way in. Give it a twist. Let's see what you pull out. Not a great deal. Right, so that one's clean, that one's clean. The bottom one is just rubber. So the bottom one, you can just oh, look at that. Solidified grease. There you go. It's always oops, just knocked the camera thing. I'm going to have a dig around in there a bit more then. I never knew you could find stuff like that in there. Learn something new every day. So, that's that one cleaned. These actually wear out. Should be replaced. I've actually I fitted mine on the gimp. Look, see that? Naughty boy. So there you go. Slap on the wrist from me. Right. Let's get some graphite grease for these. You can use your brake anchor pin to put it in there. Obviously don't completely fill it. You can have a job displacing it when you want to put the pin back in. The bottom one, like I said, is rubber, so is less likely to seize. So just make sure you wipe it all around the wall in there. Going back to these pins. These could be wiped with a Scotch-Brite. Right, now then, put your rubber grommet back in. Twist it around to make sure it pops into the groove where it should be and not cocked up like I did. Right, now you've got to displace the grease and the air that's in there now. As you can see, look, by the airlock, it's not happy. Oh, not happy to the point of springing back out. Right. I just felt a really tight grunch. Right, as he went home then. Right, see the air, the air in there has just pushed it straight back out. There should be a bleed on there to allow him to bleed. You see that bottom one? Look, see him pushing. Ah, you hear the air crack? He cracked a bit of air out of that one. Oh, I can feel that again. I've got an issue here with this one. It should move free like that, let's see. When I get right in there, I can feel it locking up. Anyway, new brake pads won't be in that position. It'll be quite a long way out on new brake pads. Out here, actually. Right. So I'm going to wipe that lot up. Honda, genuine, but made in Thailand. As an interesting thing the other day, I've been complaining about the price of the fork seals here. They're over 10 quid a set, 500 baht a set, but they do say made in Japan. And the other day I went and bought some local and they were a completely different design. They said made in Thailand. They were only 360. So there is an option. The dealer doesn't seem to like giving me the option though. So basically, your pads slip back in like that. You've got to hold them in with your thumb. Remember to wipe all that excess grease off the locating pin because you don't need that anymore. Screw that bad boy back in. Right, keep your pads open. Slide them on your disc. Right, 1, 2. Oh, wrong way. Right, click, 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 click. Yep, yep. Okay, 8mm. This does not have to be grunched up at all. Right, one last job, which apparently is optional when you get your bike done here, because the amount of people that forget to do this next bit. Shocking. Ah, dear, dear, dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, the piston is pumped back out. Next thing, last thing, you just need to get your wheel off the floor. And what is that noise? Hello? What have I done? What have I done? What on earth have I done? This is turning into a horror video. Well, that can only be the anti-rattle shim catching on the extreme edge of the disc. Well, I'm going to change this video now. Instead of being a bloody service video, this is going to be a what the hell have you done video. I should, in order to save face and avoid looking like an idiot, I should scrap this video right now and never let anyone know. Well, yeah, something's not right in there, is it? It's got to be the it's got to be the shim. See anything in there? I can touch the edge of the disc. Right, back out with the pads. What was touching, mister? Well, that actually looks bent. That don't look right. What the hell? Yeah, that bit looks bent there. So, I'm going to have a head scratch a minute, save time. Oh, I've just put the caliper back on without the pads in. There's no grit, 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 grit noise. So, no, it's not that. It was something else. Let's keep looking. Well, we're still on this, so I'm assuming it's the anti-rattle pin that's hitting. So the first thing I thought was, did you put it in back to front, you cleg nut? So I've pulled it out and had a look. No, there's 2 indents in there, so you can't reverse it. It's not possible. Right. So it is bent slightly. This one is bent up, or is this one bent down? I'm looking at it side on. That one looks uniform all the way. This one looks raised. So I'm gonna just bend that one so they're both uniform. Pop it back in. Get it in the hole. I noticed that's popped off its bloody spigot, which is why there's water getting in there. So I need to replace these rubbers. I shall have to order a set of them. Got to get tires. Right, you back there, and you, oops, go there, which makes that go there. Right, pop your dirty pin back in. Right, just that screwed in. Now we gotta ease that back on there. Find the bolts that you've dropped. Bolts 2 different lengths on some bikes, which is weird. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just hit the nail on the head? Did I just hit the nail on the head then? Oh, some kind of noise. I was just going to say, hold on a sec. I know on my CR the bolts are 2 different lengths, and I was just wondering if I'd put like a different length bolt and a different length hole. Click, 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 and just touching the disc. But no, that is not the case. Well, it's rotating now without any. Okay, it's now rotating without any weird crunching noises. Oops. There may be some other noises present, but try to ignore them. Right, that pretty much makes this a strange video, but it's done.